Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Commodity TV, and the Precious Metal Summit in Zurich is moving on, and we are at day one, and now we want to talk to Andrew Pollard, the CEO of Blackrock Silver. Good morning, Andrew. How are you?
Great to be here in beautiful downtown Zurich.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks for taking the time, and I hope you have a good show so far. It looks quite crowded. So from that perspective, all is good. The markets are not good, but this is another theme.
Right.
Blackrock Silver. I remember we did, I think, 3 years or 3.5 years, 4 years ago. Yeah, 2019. Okay. We did the last interview together. So a lot of things happened. You have a resource now established. Please give us a short summary on that.
Yeah, well, we made a discovery about 6 months after we last spoke at the Zurich conference in 2019. We picked up and consolidated one of the most famous silver districts in Nevada. It's the second largest silver district, just behind the Comstock Lode. And we're the first group to come back in since production shut down in the mid-1920s. And we had a very simple idea that we were trying to test about 3 years ago, and that was simple. It was that the old-timers didn't stop mining because they ran out of gold and silver. They stopped mining due to some technical issues and low metals prices around the Great Depression. Well, you know, very early on, we hit our first drill hole, hit about 30 meters of a kilogram per ton silver equivalent. We hit some other stack veins that the old timers didn't even know were there. And fast forward 3 years, we've drilled out 100 million silver equivalent ounces at over a half kilogram per ton. This is the highest grade undeveloped silver project in the entire industry right now that's of a certain size, as large projects go. And, you know, we've got a clear path to add a hell of a lot more ounces too. But it's been a wild 3 years.
Okay, super. So it sounds like this year was still very good for you. You said you have some great ideas. Let's talk shortly about the future on the silver. So what is the plan for 2024?
Plan for 2024 is keep growing this thing. You know, this is a vein corridor. It's a low sulfidation, mid sulfidation epithermal district we're in. And we picked up right where the old timers left off on this vein corridor. We've now stepped out 4 kilometers and drilled out 3 different areas along strike. So what we're going to do in 2024 is really just connect the dots. We don't really have 3 different deposit areas. It's one big vein system. So of the 4 kilometers that we've stepped out on along the way, we still got 1.5 kilometers internal to that we just need to infill. And that's going to add a whole lot of new tons, at which point we think we're going to have one hell of a robust operation, and we'll probably throw a PEA on it. So we've got a very, very clear path. You know, early on, you know, we're doing a lot of feeling around with the drill bit. The old timers that were mining this thing for 30 years, they didn't do any drilling back then. So we started with 0 drill holes in a database. And now we've got a clear path to at least add, 50 to 100 more % along the way, we think. So more fun on the drills, and it's the ink has barely been cast on their actual technical report. We only just filed it. So between now and the end of the year, we're going to let all the technically driven groups that are under the hood take their time, see what opportunities might come our way on that front. And next year, we're looking forward to some easy, low-hanging ounces that we can quickly add.
Okay, super. So that would mean that you want to go to 150, maybe 200 million ounces in the resource, and then the next.
I like the ring to that, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then you want to go the next steps towards production.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, there's the thing about silver is there's really not that many quality projects out there. We're not a zinc mine pretending to be a silver mine. We're not a copper mine with some silver credits. We're just silver, and we've got a pesky byproduct, which is gold. And on an in situ metals basis, it's about 50-50. So, at the end of the day, it's not about silver or gold. It's about green, making money. And we think we're going to we'll have a hell of an opportunity to have one of the most robust, low-cost projects in the industry. And I don't think we'll be the ones to take it to production. I mean, what the difference between the gold space and the silver space is, there's hundreds of gold projects. With us, I mean, there's only 3 high-grade stories, and we're the highest grade one of them all in the entire industry. And we're on private land in Nevada. So, I'd be surprised if someone didn't come in and try and gobble us up. And it's my job in the interim to try and get as much value out of our share price as we possibly can.
Yeah, but the thing definitely should be brought in production. If it's you or somebody else, who cares? But the thing is, first of all, we all want to make money in the shares. That's also for sure. But my feeling is silver is the next uranium.
Well, for sure. Yeah. Silver, silver and gold. I mean, the best thing about silver is the worst thing about silver, and it's the volatility. And the pendulum swung way too far. Gold's looking really, really good, pushing near its all-time highs in pretty much every currency except the US dollar right now. But once it breaks through there, once the Fed's probably done, weighing on the gas pedal of their hikes, silver should, take over. And at that point, I think what we've got is just too good. I think someone's going to want it. I mean, there's not a silver company in the world that wouldn't want this. And I think most gold companies that would check a lot of boxes too.
Yeah, definitely. And you're in the perfect jurisdiction.
It doesn't, Nevada is ranked the best jurisdiction to be, but this is even better because we're not even dealing with the federal government. We've got private land in Nevada. We're right off a highway. We're a 3-hour drive from Las Vegas. We're walking distance to a town. I've got 100 million ounces underneath Burger King, actually. So it's, we don't have to move. We don't have to move power lines, build roads. There's probably 20 motels, in and around, and so it's about as straightforward as it could possibly get. All of those aspects will have a positive consequence on any operation we look at.
Absolutely. Yeah, and silver is now in the 5th consecutive year of a deficit, and we all know after 4 or 5 years, something happens in the market, so that's also very, very good. I saw also in your presentation that you've done a lithium deal. How does that come from?
Yeah, well, Tonopah, the silver district, the town that we're next door to, it's not just a silver district. It's emerging as the Carlin Trend of lithium deposits. You've got some of the world's largest lithium resources right next door to us. So, at depth, we've got high-grade silver and gold. And on surface, in our cover rock, we've got a big blanket of lithium. We've drilled out around 7.2 square kilometers of lithium at very similar grades to our next door neighbor, which is a company called American Lithium, who have a $3 billion NPV on their project. It's scoped out as being one of the lowest cost operations in the world. And it looks like we've got the extension of what they've got, and we should have a lot of tons there. So we did a joint venture with another company that has to spend a lot of money to earn in. We expect they'll have a resource on it sometime in the near future, at which point we might start getting some credit for that. But yeah, high-grade silver at depth and lithium at surface. I mean, it's about as good as it gets.
Could be worse.
Yeah, well, it's we're 3 hours from the Tesla factory. I mean,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, so. We'll see how this emerges. But, 3 years ago, we started with nothing, no resources. Now we've got 100 million ounces silver and gold, silver equivalent, and we've got lithium at surface. So give us another year, and the resolution, the clarity of what we've got is going to just keep gaining more clarity.
Okay, super. Cash is key in those times. So what's the cash with you? Are you financed for next year?
Well, listen, we're not drilling right now, so we've got just under $1 million, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that's bigger than the market cap when Bill and I joined about 4 years ago. So we're holding tight right now. We're letting we're taking the show on the road right now. We only just filed our technical report at the beginning of November, so we're going out meeting all the technically driven institutions. We've got lots of people under the hood right now, kicking tires and wanting to dig into the details, and we'll figure out what we're going to do after tax loss season's over, because this is the last tax loss season of this rate hike cycle, and I'm looking forward to the end of December, because then I think is when we'll start to see a nice little firming up of our stock price and have our ounces re-rated to where they should be.
Yeah, definitely. I see it the same way, and it's great that you touched on that because I have the same feeling. Next year is definitely the start of the new super commodity bull cycle.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. Buckle up.
Absolutely. Andrew, thank you very much. All the best. And I would say keep it going, because the world needs your silver ounces.
It does. I'm here to help.
Yes. Super. Me too. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, that was Andrew Pollard, the CEO of Blackrock Silver. You heard it, silver and gold in Nevada, plus lithium on top. So that is really fantastic. And I think the company had fantastic 4 years. The last 4 years were great. And of course, now the market is the market. But this is a great opportunity to really look into it, because where else do you get 100 million ounces silver equivalent in resources for such a low price? And it is great quality, and it's the #1 mining jurisdiction in the world. So really look at it. Thanks for watching us, and bye-bye from Zurich.